This is Heart Rhythm TV. I have a very special guest and friend, the John Mandrola. Everyone's always going to say, what's Mandrola going to say? And we're going to get a nice preview of what Mandrola is going to say. John, welcome to Heart Rhythm TV.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome.
And one of our nurse practitioners is such a big fan that she was like, I saw Mandrola. You know Mandrola? She goes, I listen to him and his podcast every week on the way to work. And it's really great what you've done for our field and made us think critically. And I want to just thank you for that and congratulate you on all your success.
Well, thank you. I'm so happy that people listen to the podcast. And, look, you've accomplished as much as anybody. So the honor is mine to be here with you.
But it's so critical as we interpret trials and we look at data that we have all sides of the spectrum. And even you confided in me sometimes, yeah, but I have to be critical. I want to be critical. And what are you critical of right now in EP? And then what's excited you during HRS 2022?
Well, I'll start with the latter. The couple things to say about this meeting. I mean, the number one thing is that we're all here. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just cannot emphasize enough how we're a community, and we don't see each other that much, but we're friends. And to have hugs and handshakes, and just to be with people, and to meet up, it's just been. This is the number one thing I would say from HRS. It's so exciting. I mean, what do you think?
Human beings are social creatures, and we don't do very well, I particularly, when I'm isolated. I mean, isolation is obviously a form of punishment. So the feeling of camaraderie, of collaboration, the warmth, when people are green and you can give them a hug, is really big. And we're only 400 short from 2019 in person, which means the HRS is taking great strides, and we don't have China representation, so you would imagine we might even be better than where we were then.
Right. I guess the other thing I'd say about HRS, and I if anybody from HRS is listening, I think we've got to bring back these paper posters. I walk in through the poster section, and what's one of my favorite things to do is just to stroll with a cup of coffee.
To peruse, to browse.
Yeah, and talk to these young people and everything. And now with these digital things, I know I have papers out, but I think the poster boards, I really miss that with these digital presentations.
That is so hilarious, because at the happy hour for Heart Rhythm TV, we were talking to Mahek Dande, who's new, and we were joking about, remember the days when you had to print your poster up at Kinko's? It didn't come out the way it is. You put it in a tube. You don't know if you carry it on or you check it in. It's too much risk. And we're like, those days are gone. But Mandrola wants them back.
It's worth the paper.
Mandrola wants them back.
It's worth it. And I guess the third thing to say that was so exciting for me is this whole conduction system pacing revolution. And we had Pugel present his study. It's not randomized, but again, the data looking favorable.
This was failed by V, non-responders.
Yeah. And then the study from China, which was a randomized controlled trial. Again, small numbers, but at least showing that ejection fraction is going to be better. It's not going to be worse. And as someone who went into cardiology because of the love of the ECG, these ECGs that we're getting with left bundle pacing are just so amazing, and it's so much easier than his bundle pacing. Of course, we need more data, but I'm very, very excited to see some of this.
And the beautiful thing about science is to see how one improves upon the other, and we learn from lessons of history. Our HIS-SYNC trial we did together, 20 versus 20, same as this study, but they learned to select by Strauss criteria.
Yeah,
they looked at non-ischemic cardiomyopathy, which we know do better. It was really smart.
Yeah.
And it was really cool that the son of the principal investigator, because he was in China and they can't come, was able to present it, and he crushed it.
Yeah, it was really, it just gave me tingles with delight. It was beautiful. I guess another thing that's very exciting, we don't have as much data, is this whole pulse field ablation. And the ability to ablate with potentially more safety, with a completely different kind of ablative energy. I'm really, really, really looking forward to learning more about the safety and efficacy of this. I've spoken with a couple colleagues from Europe, from Frankfurt, Germany, and from Denmark, and they're using it. Initial experience is good, but we're going to learn more. What do you think?
I feel like I'm John Mandrola about pulse field. It
You're
seems
cautious.
too good to be true. And if something is, I just don't want to be disappointed. And I don't want us to overpromise and underdeliver. Hiroshi Nakagawa showed that the zone of stunning is huge in this really great VT session. And he also showed that you need contact, and you need pretty good contact to make a bigger lesion. So the whole point of us saying it's non-thermal, and people are reporting you get esophageal rises. When you have electricity, you might get a temperature rise. So it's not non-thermal, it's not non-contact. and we don't know how durable it is. And some of the studies in the U.S. don't do remapping. So we may not know some of these studies. So I feel like we're reversing roles right now, which is fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
Doesn't mean I don't want it
Of
to
course,
be great.
we've been through 15 to 20 years of a lot of promises that haven't turned out. But anyways, that's exciting. And then I guess another exciting thing that we don't have a great data on, but it looks exciting, is this whole cardiac neuroablation for patients really suffering with vasovagal syndromes. And Tolga has done an amazing job, and I'm really excited to learn more about that. We heard some preliminary data that looks good.
Yeah, and we put him on the paper as a co-author because he was there virtually on a lot of these cases from the U.S. when, there's 13 centers. And it does look very promising. I think it at least lays the groundwork and extends the results from Brazil, China, and it lays the groundwork for prospective evaluation. So anyway, this is a preview from what he's going to write on the plane to Medscape. So we caught it first with John Mandrola. John, thank you very much for being
Great.
here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.